Welcome to Zentangle Project Pack number 15. This is our wrap-up video. My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and we got Molly with us.
Hello.
And we had such a wonderful time doing this, and we're loving seeing everything that people are doing. We had a couple things just wanted to talk a little bit about the beginning, and it was sort of an elegance of limits situation that we had when Molly put together all of the tools for this. We had our idea at the beginning. We were thinking like, okay, this is going to be really easy, and we're excited. And then when we put pen to paper, at least it took me a little while to get some traction, and I think for me it was a real benefit for that, because then
Yeah, I think it's humbling a little bit to be put in that situation every once in a while. And I feel that there was maybe some sort of aura in the air that we were all circling around. And when we got ready for our sort of R&D time, when we're all trying to figure out what kind of lessons we want to share with you all, we all kind of hit a wall. And we didn't tell each other that we had hit a wall, and we're all kind of struggling independently. And then all of a sudden I came to my mom and I was like, I don't know, I can't do this. And it was like a real like mom moment where she's like, okay, we tried to like figure it out. And then Martha says she's having a hard time, and Rick's like, I'm having a hard time too. And so we kind of reeled it back in, and we came together and took a couple deep breaths and gave ourselves a little more time. And I think we took a little break, right? I think we took a little break, and then we revisited it with fresh eyes. And once I got going and took that sort of pressure off, I started to find some leads, and then with a little help, I think some ideas and stuff, we all started to get some momentum. And then I feel like once we got that momentum, we all were like, This is so fun.
Yeah,
but just to let you all know, we too have times where things don't feel right, and we just have to take a break and revisit them. And I think that's okay. It's okay to just have those little struggles and to then try to work your way through them. And sometimes it's okay to reach out and find a tangling friend to help you get through them.
Yeah, and I feel really good that we pushed through that. I think that was a really good exercise.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, all of this work's been so beautiful. It's been really fun to see.
It's funny because you're talking about that, because one of my comments on the Zentangle app on one of these beautiful lettering things was about the fact that if you ever come up to a roadblock and you don't know what to do next, you always have these letters that you can fall back on as a guide to get rolling, either in the border form or in the initial caps or in the frames. In the pieces Molly and Martha did were just spectacular, and then the circles of letters. There are all these things, and the letters are always there, so you don't have to worry about what letters to use. You can just pick a name out of the dictionary or something, and it just gives you something to get going on, and then after that you're on autopilot. You'll be fine.
I think it was really fun the way we went about this project pack, where we started with a little bit of like an exercise, right? We kind of like all collaborated on this one piece that felt like sort of this warm up and exploration, and then it allowed us some space to kind of play a little bit. And I love the idea that the warm up was also a piece of artwork. So we had this kind of thing that just became artwork in the end.
To me, if I looked at this and had an analogy, it would be like doing scales on the piano. You start and you're practicing your scales and you're doing it, and then all of a sudden, now I know what I'm going to do. And
I think this is either Molly's or Maria's, just getting used to the tools and how they work and how they interact and how they go together. All these little exercises that we did, or trying out different ideas with the alphabets and different scratch papers, and we just had the best time. And then hiding the letters, right? Or hiding messages
words,
and tangles,
messages.
Right?
Yeah, I love that.
And particularly looking
this
at,
is awesome.
Right?
I love that.
Looking at letters, I don't know if you saw this one, but you see the B and the D all throughout here, and looking at letters as graphic elements themselves. And I think that helps, if you will, forgive the pun, break the spell of words in some way, because you're taking it apart and looking at it as a graphic, particularly like when we did, or, when you look at things in reverse. So this is an R, but it's mirror image. And so you're looking at it as just as a design element.
One of the things I wanted to touch base on with this project pack, actually I have two things, but one of them is, and the reason we actually included these little envelopes was to use that sort of double meaning of what a letter is, and sort of to revisit the idea of sending a letter to somebody, and to perhaps inspire you to send a letter to somebody through our snail mail system. So perhaps you have a friend or a family member that you think would benefit from something special that arrives in their mailbox. So we definitely encourage you to do that. And then the other thing
you can text them and say, "I wrote you a letter."
Right?
Right, and then they get
a letter. Yeah. How fun is that?
That's very fun. And the other thing, and I'd love for Rick to comment on this, is to me like a really pretty, I think, amazing thing that's happened since the beginning of Zentangle is that Zentangle itself has become sort of its own language. And we've been able to cross cultures and spoken languages and oceans and all these different things to have this community that's come together that's, I guess, speaks this one common language of tangles. And to me, it's so beautiful to see all kinds of people coming together. I know we have CZTs in over 40 countries, but there's probably people tangling in even more countries than that. And to know that they can all look at these patterns and know that they have other people that kind of, speak that same language.
I also want to throw in, too, that why stop at letters? How about numbers? Numbers that mean things to people. Your phone number, your zip code, it could be all kinds of things.
Or you could hide your password and you're in a tangle.
Yeah, and have it on
pin it up on the wall.
Have it on your desk. Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
But to Molly's comment, I think that this is a common language among people because it's also a common language throughout all of nature. So many of the tangles that we do are things that you see in nature and how we perceive our world. And it transcends language, it transcends dogma, it transcends politics, it transcends age, and it transcends abilities. And it's a wonderful place to meet that is based on creating something beautiful. And no longer being like passively in the audience, but you're actively adding to this language. So you're not just learning a language, you're creating the language along with everybody else. And I think that's just so big part of the excitement for us. I want to show you this as well. This is one of the pieces that everybody ended up contributing to, or I think probably Maria did most of it.
It was fun. It was a fun project, and I enjoyed stretching my creative muscles, and watching what everybody here did, and then seeing even CCTs or tangle artists take it even a step beyond what I would have thought of. I'm so impressed with all the work that I see, and I'm encouraged by the fact that Zentangle will continue to grow.
Yeah, we were talking about on the porch this morning this wonderful, like some of the things on the Zentangle Mosaic app, and how one person had taken instead of just doing lines across, they curved it, and then it was thin at the end, and then got bigger, and then tapered out to the other end. And all of the things that you can do, what are the variables that you can change, and rotating and mirroring and changing the size. And that's what we love to see. It's like we plant these seeds and sometimes, you get a seed and you don't know what plant it is, but you plant it and then it comes up and it's like totally unexpected. And we're putting these seeds out there and just watching what grows in the Zentangle community, and we're so grateful for all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Until the next time, we love you all, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.